You start saying, I can learn this. I will figure it out. This might be hard, but I don't need easy. I need aligned. These aren't just phrases. They are anchors, markers, North Stars that remind you who you're becoming. And the more you speak with that kind of clarity, the less you'll need external motivation. Because now, your words reinforce your identity. They sharpen your focus. They clarify your next step. And over time, your language stops reflecting your past and starts directing your future. That's how leaders talk. Not with arrogance, but with authority. Not to impress, but to align. Not to please, but to lead. Because their voice is an extension of their values. Their language matches their behavior. Their presence sharpens the ring. You don't get there by accident. You get there by listening to yourself, by paying attention to your words, by cutting the ones that don't serve you, by repeating the ones that anchor you, until it's not something you have to try to do, it's something you just are. So from this day forward, speak like your words matter, because they do. Speak like someone who's building something that can't be broken. Speak like someone who's already decided, and watch how everything else starts rising to meet you. It's not about speed. It's not about volume. It's not even about skill. It's this: slow down to build a line. Because when you move fast, without direction, you just make mistakes faster. When you scale without clarity, you multiply chaos. When you push without alignment, you burn out. Most people are sprinting toward outcomes they haven't even thought through. They're building systems without a center. They're chasing momentum without asking the most important question: does this actually serve the life I want to build? You can't afford to move fast in the wrong direction. That's how you waste years. That's how you end up climbing a ladder that's leaning against the wrong wall. That's how you wake up with results that don't fulfill you, habits that don't serve you, and success that doesn't feel like success. So you have to pause, not to stop, but to see. You pause to reconnect with purpose, with values, with vision. You pause to realign your habits, your schedule, your environment, your relationships, with the future you're actually committed to, not just the one that's trending. Because alignment doesn't happen by accident. You don't stumble into clarity. You don't find focus in the middle of noise. You create it. You claim it. You reinforce it every day by checking your direction, asking the right questions, and cutting everything that doesn't fit. That means not doing everything. That means saying no more often. That means choosing depth over variety. Because alignment requires constraint. It requires simplicity. It requires having the courage to say, this is the path. This is who I am. This is what I'm building. And then backing that up with behavior. It means checking your pace, because you might be going too fast for the transformation you're asking for. You might be rushing results when what you really need is roots. And roots take time. Roots require repetition, stillness, patience. And without them, you'll collapse. The second things get hard. So build the habit of checking them, not once a year, every week, every day. Ask, is this aligned? Is this who I want to become? Is this how I want to feel? Is this decision being made from pressure or from principle? From fear or from clarity? And when the answer is no, when you catch yourself drifting, you don't panic. You don't shame yourself. You realign. You return. You adjust the compass. Because that's what powerful people do. They don't move perfectly. They move with intention. This means removing the pressure to always be on. You don't have to perform for everyone. You don't have to prove yourself every hour of the day. You're not in a race against the clock. You're in a race against your own inconsistency. And that race is won through clarity, through pace, through alignment. When you live from alignment, everything else gets lighter. Discipline stops feeling like a fight. It feels like protection. Focus stops feeling like sacrifice. It feels like freedom. Habits stop feeling like chores. They feel like identity. Because now you're not just doing the right things, you're doing them for the right reasons. You're no longer reacting to the world, you're leading your life. And that difference is massive. Because when you move from reaction, you chase trends. When you move from alignment, you build legacy. So don't just ask what you're doing. Ask why. Ask where it's taking you. Ask if it's building or just busy. Ask if it fits the life you're building, not just the mood you're in today. That habit, the habit of slowing down to align, isn't a luxury, it's a requirement. Because the life you want to live can't be built in chaos. It can't be built while you're distracted. It can't be built if you're sprinting through misalignment and calling it ambition. Move with urgency, not anxiety. Act fast, not frantic. Execute now, not later. Because waiting is expensive, and procrastination is the tax you pay for avoiding decisions.